Welcome to this tutorial where you will learn how to install, configure, and use iiQKA.GripperControl in iiQWorks.Sim. We start with a layout that is already created in iiQWorks.Sim. It includes a KUKA robot KR10 R1440-2 with a gripper, a conveyor with a sensor, and a pallet. When we start the simulation, the creator generates gray cubes that move along the conveyor and trigger the sensor. Meanwhile, the robot moves to the conveyor, waits above the cube until it receives a signal from the sensor, and then moves over the pallet without picking up the cube. Let's take a quick look at the signals and how they are mapped in this demo. Output 101 is linked to the open signal interface of the gripper, and output 102 to the closed signal interface. The closed state is connected to input 102, and the open state to input 101 of the robot. Now, we want to use iiQKA.GripperControl to trigger the gripper while the robot picks and places a new cube. To do this, first install the KUKA option package through the software repository, as shown in a previous tutorial. Next, in your layout, click on the KUKA robot. In the component properties of the robot, scroll down to the option package configuration dropdown at the bottom of the window. Open the available options via the dropdown menu. If you installed the package via the software repository, you will find the iiQKA.GripperControl option in the list. Click the plus symbol on the right to add it to the robot. A new window will appear asking you to approve the modification of the robot configuration. Click OK. Now, iiQKA.GripperControl will be visible under Assigned Options in the robot properties. Next, go to the Home tab and open the Devices tree. Navigate to the controller of the robot, then to Option Packages. Click the plus symbol to expand the menu and select iiQKA.GripperControl to access its settings. First, you have an overview of Gripper Control. You will find useful information about dependencies, documentation, and license details. Make sure to review these before proceeding. In the Device Configuration menu, click the plus symbol to add a new device. You can also use the gear icon to edit an existing configuration. Here you can select the gripper type depending on your application. Make sure to adapt the number of inputs and outputs according to your gripper. In our case, we have 2 inputs and 2 outputs. You can also change settings like pulse output, pulse duration, or timeouts in milliseconds. For this example, we will leave the default values. Next, we need to configure the open and closed states and their Boolean signals. In our case, for the open state of the gripper, the received input 1 should be true and input 2 should be false. The sent output 1 should be true and output 2 should be false. For the closed state of the gripper, it will be the opposite. The received input 1 should be false and input 2 should be true. The sent output 1 should be false and output 2 should be true. This configuration ensures that the gripper reacts correctly to the signals during the pick and place process. Now that we have finished configuring the devices and switching states, the next step is to map the signals in the I/O Mapping Editor. To do this, go to the Configuration tab and click on the I/O Mapping Editor. You can also access it by clicking the small arrows in the properties of Gripper Control. A new window will open in front of your 3D layout, directly showing the gripper you just configured. On the right side, in the Scene Elements section, select the KUKA robot you want to work with, and find the digital inputs and outputs of the robot. Now select a signal from Gripper Control and the corresponding digital I/O from the robot. Click the blue link symbol in the middle of the window to map them. For example, in our case, $101 is mapped to input 1, and $102 is mapped to input 2. Then navigate to the digital outputs. Output 1 of Gripper Control will be mapped to $101 and output 2 will be mapped to $102. This completes the signal mapping between the gripper and the robot, allowing the robot to control the gripper during the simulation. Now that the I/O mapping is complete, we can start programming the robot using Gripper Control. Go to the Program tab and click on the KUKA robot. In the Programming window, navigate to the program you want to edit. In the Programming functions, click on the Gripper Control icon. This icon is only visible if iiQKA.GripperControl is installed in iiQWorks.Sim. From the Gripper Control drop-down menu, select Set State. On the right side of the screen, in the Statement Properties window, you can adapt the settings depending on your setup and program. First, select the device you want to control. In our layout, we only have Gripper 1, which is automatically selected. Then, toggle the state using the drop-down menu to one of the states you defined earlier. For our example, we will set the gripper to the closed state and deselect Strategy 1. You can also add a wait time if needed. Next, add another set state command later in the program to open the gripper when you want to release the cube. For this, set gripper 1 to the open state. Now let's run the simulation by clicking Reset and Play. You will see that the robot moves down to the first conveyor, grabs the gray cube, and places it on the pallet as planned. That concludes this gripper control tutorial video. You have learned how to install, configure, map signals, and program devices using iiQKA.GripperControl in iiQWorks.Sim.
Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe the KUKA channel for more content. For practical training and workshops, visit the KUKA College. Stay tuned for more tutorials and insights.
Making automation easier.